So someone left an interesting comment here on a video that I did recently about the Karen Read trial slash verdict in John O'Keefe's death. If we'll ever truly see justice be served, do you believe there's more to it? Like, I feel that way. Actually, I want to roll a clip before we continue, but let me read the comment and then we're going to get to the clip. I think it kind of sums it all up in a way, puts a bow on what we're talking about. So the comment says the following: if someone is pushing real gaslit propaganda, fairy tale, pro cover-up, Karen Read, it is her team. She is swimming in money from people. Karen Read's defense team has stated she owes them over $5 million in legal fees, and I believe that was before the second trial kicked off. I'm not positive on that, but fill me in, comment your thoughts, etc. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the buttons and all that over here, guys. This debt includes deferred fees from the first trial and costs associated with the second upcoming trial. She has paid them $1.2 million so far, but is relying on depleted savings, a legal fund, and donations to cover the remaining costs. Supporters have also raised over $1 million through online fundraising. No one should walk free before the killer is found guilty of the crime they committed. So comment and let me know what you think about that comment there. I mean, Karen Read was found innocent of the murder, right? We know obviously the drunk driving, which wasn't really ever disputed or whatever, and that's nothing at the end of the day. I mean, it's not nothing to drive drunk, but in pertaining to this case, the overall picture of what we're talking about, it's nothing. It's some probation or time served or whatever. But the point of that video that I was doing there was talking about this Justice for John O'Keefe website that's asking for donations and talking about how they are on a mission to get justice for John O'Keefe. And I've been asking the question if anyone thinks that the feds are going to get involved. You know what I mean? Because let me roll this clip and I'll be right back with what I'm talking about.
All eyes on a Massachusetts jury deciding the fate of Karen Read after jurors told the judge they were struggling to reach a verdict.
We heard from 74 witnesses. There are 657 exhibits. Very complex issues in this case.
The highly publicized 2-month trial captivated millions on social media.
Guys, there are no words.
Still no verdict. Prosecutors allege 44-year-old Karen Read backed her SUV into her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe, in 2022, leaving him to die in the snow outside the Canton, Massachusetts home of a fellow police officer.
The defendant drove her vehicle in reverse for 24.2 miles per hour for 62 and a half feet.
It happened after a night of heavy drinking and amid relationship issues between the couple, say prosecutors, and a constellation of facts point to Read, including pieces of her taillight found in the snow. The defense argued Read is being framed for murder by police. Their theory, someone inside the house beat Officer O'Keefe and dumped his body outside.
Conflicts of interest? Doesn't matter. Just look the other way.
The dramatic case, including testimony of mistakes in the investigation, now a flashpoint as the community anxiously awaits a verdict.
I don't know that this is a case where the defendant is innocent, but I think this is maybe a case where the defendant is not guilty, and there's a huge difference.
So that clip was from before the verdict actually came through, but the way the guy closed it out and saying that this isn't a situation where he necessarily, and he feels there was a lot of people that feel this way, not that Karen Read is innocent, but she's not guilty. Like, it falls somewhere in between, more or less, that something else went on. That, sorry y'all, I gotta stop, lost my train of thought, but that a lot of people feel that way, that there's some more to this case, there's more at play, that something happened when it comes to that house and that law enforcement is involved. And it's just funny style about it all, and a lot of people feel this way. I feel like even a lot of people that don't necessarily care for Karen Read, or necessarily people that don't even believe 100% that she just didn't do anything wrong, they still believe that there's more to this, that something else went on, that someone dumped them, and the fact that law enforcement is involved is like, it's always tricky when police are involved in wrongdoing. The only way I really see that they're gonna dive deeper into this and possibly really truly get to the bottom of the things 100% is if the feds step in, and will that happen? And it's just kind of crazy here how we're talking about with Karen Read. There's still a lot of people donating money to her legal bills that she owes. Then there's people donating money to the Keefe website and cause. And then there's a lot of people that feel that a lot of the individuals that are talking to the media and saying, R.I.P. John O'Keefe, we need to get justice for you. There's a lot of people that are saying, those same people that are saying that, we don't trust them. And as I was saying, it's always tricky when law enforcement is involved. It's hard to expect the police to investigate themselves. I've said this before, man. You think the streets, that whole no snitching thing and all that, and kill all rats and that mentality, that blue wall, are you kidding me? Police don't play with the snitching either. So going over that person's comment kind of had me thinking to bring you guys this video and get input from everyone out there. Once again, subscribe and hit the button if you're new, the like button, all that. If you're new over here, we talk true crime content, discussions, debates, and all that. Again, even for the people that just hate Karen Read, can you really sit here and tell me that you believe that there is not more to this story, and you don't find it crazy that they took this case to trial twice? Even after the results of the first trial, with all the different witnesses, exhibits, the evidence, I don't know, it's just all wild to me that it just feels that there was more to the story. And comment too if you do believe that there is indeed a conspiracy, cover-up, something like that in some form or fashion that does involve members of law enforcement being involved in some form or fashion. Comment, do you feel what I'm saying? On a varying degree of this spectrum, if you believe there's just this wild, deep conspiracy, or you think that there's just a conspiracy cover-up where it's just there were certain people involved, and just the fact that they were law enforcement, period, is making them hold off of investigating particular avenues, if you will, to kind of try to keep it short and sweet. I just feel like the only way we're gonna get to the bottom of this for real is if the feds step in, and I don't know if that will happen. Comment your thoughts about it all. Once again, the comment that individual left just kind of brought this discussion up that I wanted to bring to y'all. It's just so interesting, the verdict and both sides of the fence, if you will, from Karen Read, law enforcement, the O'Keefes, and like they always say, there's always three sides to every story, right? There's the two sides. There's the truth that typically somewhere falls somewhere in the middle. So let's discuss it all in the comments. What do you think about that individual's comment, and just your thoughts overall about John O'Keefe's death, Karen Read, and if anything will ever come up in if you do indeed agree with me that the feds should step in. Subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. I'm out of here.